guys? Welcome to the Show the Art podcast. We really appreciate you. We got Zach and Ross from 10th Planet, B-Town, Bethlehem.
What's up,
guys? Yeah. What are we talking about, guys?
We're chilling.
This is your show today.
Oh, it's my show.
No,
Nice.
it's my show.
It's definitely your show. But, dude, thanks for having us, man. We appreciate coming down. I love doing stuff like this. And, yeah, man, a lot of guys, if they don't know who we are, we met through running our own tournament. We busted out the first ever Show the Art Finishers submission-only tournament.
Finishers.
And when did that go down? I forget. Dude, I lose track of time.
I think it was October or November.
Something like that, right?
It
was still kind of cold out.
Yeah, it was cold out. I think it was October or November. It's crazy that it's our event. We forgot.
Yeah, I know. We don't know. Well, you know what, dude? I'm so horrible with dates and times and months and everything.
Me too, man.
I'm losing my mind. So our school's doing really good now.
Awesome.
And, we're just took a little step back from competing. I almost got my teeth knocked out in my last MMA fight. So the reason why I wanted to take, not that I wanted to take a step back, but I just wanted to get stronger. So I've been working with a strength and conditioning coach, trying to get jacked and tan.
I could see you filled in that shirt a little more. Yeah,
getting a little bit, right? Shoulders. Yeah. That's what Craig said. And it's kind of weird. Like, I'm not a gym guy, but I walk around and, like, Holland was talking about it too, maybe on one of our podcasts, but about how, like, you, like, do a set and then the dude's like, yeah, bro, or whatever, and I'm just like, thanks. You know what I mean?
Like, you don't respond to that kind of...
Yeah, but now I'm starting to get into it, though. I'm starting to get into it, and our guy from Made Strength and Conditioning, Craig, he works with a lot of pro fighters, boxers,
I've seen his videos.
He does a lot of shit, And he's very knowledgeable. So I've been lifting and concentrating on the school, and I've been having a lot of ideas about random things that we've been trying to get a hold of. Ross trying to make them come to light.
Nice.
What else we got going on? We got EBIs coming up.
Ooh,
so
EBI 6.
Grace is in that piece. Can't wait to see her.
So who's Grace? Grace who? Some people don't know.
The silent assassin, Grace Gundrum.
Truth.
Yeah. If you guys don't know
how
her,
old is she?
She's 13.
She's 13.
She'll be 14 in May, I think. May, something like that. Yeah.
Good for her, man.
But little Grace is 13 years old.
And she's your student.
Yeah.
Homegrown.
Yep,
Boom.
she started with us, me and John. She knew John. She trained. She's a little known fact about Grace. She actually has her black belt in karate. So she started with Tiger Schulman's. Started learning grappling and stuff, and then she just really wasn't into the kickboxing at the time, and she just wanted to dive deeper in jiu-jitsu.
Nice.
At the same time, me and John just so happened to have been getting the 10 Planet affiliate started in Allentown, actually.
Okay.
And she started with us there, and just was a little kid that was, pretty freaking good already.
Okay. Grace Gundrum, Gundrum.
Yeah, if you follow her on Instagram, it's at Grace Gundrum, but she doesn't post anything.
Yeah, because she's a G.
Yeah, she's this silent assassin. She doesn't talk much, but I was just, we had a little party for, like, promotions and stuff the other day, and Grace was there. It was really cool, and I was doing some of the math to figure out. She trains about 40 hours a week.
Wow.
Which is insane. It's like a
job,
yeah.
baby.
And what's crazy about it is, like, people on the internet have said shit to us like, you guys are forcing Grace to train. We don't, that could be farther from the point. We don't force her to train at all. She just loves it so much.
The kids that you force to train, because we have loads of kids here, tons of kids that we teach. The kids that are forced to train don't want to train.
Yeah, they don't want to be
The kids that train the most are the ones who want to be here, that you can't kick out fast enough. Yeah, and that's what people don't realize. All the best kids in the world in jiu-jitsu especially, those are the kids that their parents are begging them to stop doing jiu-jitsu because they want them to go to school. Those are the kids that love it the most. Yeah. Those are the last kids that are being forced.
Yeah, and Grace is one of those kids. Yeah, she's not forced at all. She comes in every day. She's a kid. She never gets sore. So she can just roll nonstop.
Yeah.
She puts in more work than me. And like I was telling the guys, it inspires us because I look at her and I'm like, wow, Grace is training. Like, some nights, like, you're tired and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to, drill in class tonight when John's teaching. And Grace is out there every time, and she don't put up a fight about nothing. She trains. She helps us out. Like, if I wouldn't have her in that little kids class that I teach, oh, my God. Because if a kid's acting up or anything, I'm just like, Grace, pin a tail on him. But, last year was probably her most successful year as a jiu-jitsu player. She went undefeated. She, won Good Fight Sub Only. She won NAGA. She won Grappler's Quest. And
EBI super fights.
She
Two
won
of them, right?
2 EBI super fights. Yeah, so she's doing
against
good under
grown
high
men,
pressure.
guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, she beat Andre Galval and
Cyborg.
Yeah,
right? It's crazy. It's
yeah.
amazing.
But dude, she don't. And you know what's crazy about Grace? She don't even know who those people are. I mean, she does because we talk about them
But
at
she's
the
a kid.
school. Yeah, but she's like, I don't know. She doesn't look at YouTube. She doesn't watch videos or anything. So, yeah, she's freaking awesome. So I want to get, honestly, the next time we do a finishers, show our tournament, I want to have her do a super fight.
Yeah,
I want to get Grace more matches. And, I used to be kind of afraid putting her with bigger people, and bigger kids.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the girl she's facing coming up her name is Bianca Lebanyowski or something.
Okay.
Sorry, Bianca and her family. I just totally defiled her last name.
What school is she from?
I believe she's from a Hoyle Gracie school.
Okay.
I think. She's really good. She's won Pan Am. She's won everything a little kid can win, just like Alyssa and Jessa, Yeah. But she hasn't won EBI yet. So submission only. She did Gracie Nationals, and Grace and her faced each other before, and Grace beat her by arm triangle.
Yes. I remember that match.
That was like maybe 10 minutes in or something. So
when she got on top, it was a wrap.
It was over, yeah. And that's like, that's part of the. I mean, like we were talking about leg locks before, and I'm getting into leg locks because I got beat by a couple leg locks, and then that's usually what happens. You get tapped out in the leg lock, and you're like, God damn it!
And you're a believer.
Now I got to learn leg locks, because there's a whole nother system out there.
Yeah.
And
there's a whole 10 other systems out there.
It's crazy, yeah. And Grace, that was like typical. Like your old school, like beautiful jiu-jitsu, like pass the guard with top half. She got that underhook, and the girl had her in half guard, and she just boom passed half guard, got side control, held her down, cooked the beans a little bit, went mount gangster style, and then just gunned an arm triangle and had to sit on it for probably a minute until she just kept resetting, and me and John would just be like, lower, Grace.
I bet you it was less than a minute. It probably felt like 10 minutes.
To me, it feels like the world. You know what I mean? Like I'm dying out there.
So that's a good point for those out there that think 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu is just a bunch of fancy truck rolls and like weird leg locks and rubber guard. No, you could see this girl Grace, perfect example. She's young. She's very young. So all she knows is your style of jiu-jitsu, the 10th Planet style.
Yeah.
And when she got on top, it was classic Gracie style jiu-jitsu. Pass, get to the mount, submit.
That's
what
I like.
And she didn't get pushed off. Her mount looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Her mount looked way better than mine.
Grace's fundamentals are insane. She's got an amazing basis of fundamentals. It's nuts.
Yeah, she started, the thing about Grace is she knows all the high-level stuff, but what we say at the school all the time is you can't know all that high-level stuff without having a solid basis.
Yeah.
You got to have the basics, man. That's a huge part of jiu-jitsu. And I think that's where, some people might have a misconception about 10th Planet. Still, if they do, they're just not doing the research. But Eddie is really out of the box, and me and Ross were just talking about it on the way down about how he, everyone having an open mind, like the way they're coming up with things, and it's not just 10th Planet, it's Danaher and that whole situation.
I think it's just the
and all those
environment.
guys.
Like Zach and JM at Finishers, they let us explore things that we're good at, and I think Grace having such a solid fundamental basis, like she knows all the advanced 10th Planet moves, but then she puts her own spin on things. She's constantly coming up with her own paths, and Zach and Holland let her follow through with that. They let her go.
Good.
They don't put her in a box.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm not going to say here you have to do this, you have to do that, but we
be
drill.
creative.
Yeah,
be creative.
And
definitely.
She drills everything though. Our, the beginner class that I teach, I try to start off with really easy basics, fundamentals, and I've been watching a lot of John Jock's online academy.
Yeah, all his gi videos.
Yeah, I watch everything. I watch the gi stuff too, because there's a lot of gi stuff on there that
I have a good point about that I want to make.
I just watched there was a mount escape that he does that's totally gi, but it works really well.
Yeah.
No gi. So he's got a lot of no gi stuff too, but I pretty much watch everything that he does. And John Jock, he's like any other super high level jiu-jitsu guy, he just breaks it down to a point. You might have learned how to escape the mount, shrimping and catching the foot and everything, but you haven't learned it from John Jock. You're like, God damn, I can't get out of mount. But then he'll go on and do it something. He'll be like, and you just do this, and you're like, oh, like
That's
how did
it.
I not
Yeah.
know that?
Like I know
Yeah.
I could have thought about that, but I didn't. Yeah.
He makes it look so easy.
Yeah, I mean that's high level jiu-jitsu. And to your point about that, like, you know, the 10th Planet and to defend 10th Planet. I'm not a 10th Planet affiliate. I have nothing invested in you guys, but the thing that separates that group of jiu-jitsu guys from others in the public limelight, and this is why people get so upset, is that you guys are so passionate about your team.
Right, yeah.
You guys are one big team. 10th Planet, just like Alliance is one big jiu-jitsu team. But no one cries when they're like saying Alliance this, Alliance that, Alliance. It's just you guys are outspoken about it. Well, hey, we love our system. We love our team. We love our moves. We love our leader.
Yeah.
We love all the guys that have brought him, that he brought up. We love everybody. Like we're all, that's what 10th Planet does. They're one big family. But the other jiu-jitsu world, I feel like they kind of get, I guess it might be a certain sense of jealousy. Like, why is my big team not like that? Why is my lineage not like that? Even though, like, they kind of are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Like, they're just doing it. They're just not calling people out about it. You guys are specifically talking about Eddie a lot because you guys know Eddie. Whereas you go to any Alliance Jiu-Jitsu affiliate, most of them, they don't know who the head guy in Alliance is.
Right.
Do you know who the head guy in Alliance is?
Fabio Jojo.
Fabio, I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
I
that
know
you
a
do.
lot about jiu-jitsu.
And I'm not saying that like you don't, like
But
you don't have to know.
don't.
A lot of people don't know.
A lot of people don't.
And even the people that do know, they're not going online saying, "Oh, thank you, Fabio Gurgel."
Yeah.
You know, like all the Alliance affiliates. You go to South Jersey, like anybody really, wherever. They're not outspoken about their leaders.
Yeah.
But I think that comes from maybe a jealousy. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I
it's
think
weird. Like
it's tough. It's tough from looking from the outside when you see. It's just like any.
Like I feel bad for you guys.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like the Yankees. You know what I mean? Like dudes love the Yankees so much. Not that 10 planets like the Yankees, they win the world championships or whatever. I'm just talking about people. It's like for the Yankees, you either are all about the Yankees and you love them, or you're another fan of any other team and you just hate the freaking Yankees. You know what I mean? And you're like, God, the Yankees. Why do you always got to talk about the Yankees? Why do you got to do? And you know what, man? If anyone comes out to one of our schools, most of them. I mean, I can't say a lot for some of the guys I've never met in 10 Planet. Yeah. But you know, like you just had Gio on. If you go to any of that, I mean, everybody's so super inviting. We try to have a really, open door policy, which we do. A lot of guys come through, and then if you go out to the HQ and train with Eddie, I mean, you'll see how much. And that's why one of the, he gets a bad rap, but you'll see how much he loves jiu-jitsu, how much he cares about it, how much he cares about his guys.
It rubs off on you guys.
Yeah, and it's tough not to, want to be a part of that when you're there, and you just want to, it's like anything. Like when you, you get a girlfriend for the first time, and you just like want to run and tell everybody. It's like that type of thing. Like that's what we talk about. Guys get butthurt about it, kind of sucks.
And you guys, here's another thing. You guys talk about the innovations in the no-gi realm that the 10th Planet system is creating, because everybody is, connected. Everybody connects. 10th Planet guys, that's all I hear about you guys. Everybody connects. You guys must have an online service that you guys connect to.
Yeah, we have like a Facebook. Well, they have the forums, which I'm not a big forum guy, but there's a lot of people on the forums, and I keep an eye on it. Then we also have a group, like chat thing going on that we use, and then there's other forums too. And like the guys can all it's easy to readily get a hold of people. Yeah. So business stuff is helping with technique big time. Yeah. Because me and John, and Ross and our crew are out here on the East Coast, and we don't have like an instructor. We don't have someone that we can be like, hey, Zach, you're not doing this, or hey, maybe you guys should teach this or whatever. So me and John kind of have to come up with it ourselves. But not that we're coming up with the moves, but we're coming up with our own curriculums and how to get the moves across. But now Eddie with the warm-ups, he's constantly changing them. And some guys don't like that, but I love it because he's constantly opening up his mind and changing things and adding things. And then you got guys that are like Gio and Boogie and Nate and their crew that are like, there's these different little sects. It's like Fight Club almost. These guys over here are like, oh shit, like they're coming up with, like, I've learned a lot of stuff just from watching Nate roll. I've learned so much just watching Gio and Boogie roll. Like you learn from these guys and you see what they're doing, and they're so open with putting their techniques online. Like here's this, here's that, here's this, and you're just like, whoa, like the moves are right there. I mean, I'm sure like when you started jiu-jitsu, and when I started doing martial arts back then, there wasn't an online thing where you could just bang, you got moves,
Wasn't
and
that
you're
easy.
trying to teach it to yourself, and then you're seeing all this stuff, and you're like,
you had to buy
Dude.
the DVDs.
Yeah.
And no one was buying
yeah,
DVDs. It's expensive.
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah, it was expensive.
Yeah. But that was another point I was trying to make about you guys are being passionate about the innovations you guys are making. That's great.
It's so much fun.
A lot of the other schools that do gi and no gi, that they do both, but a lot of them, when they do gi and no gi, they primarily focus on the gi. But all those other schools that pretty much are not 10th Planet, they're making innovations. They're just not going anywhere and talking about, hey, look, our team, we made innovations. When you guys make innovations, it's not like a Gio Martinez thing. It's a 10th Planet thing. We all participate in this innovation. I found it, but I needed you guys to help find it.
Yeah.
But in the other, I feel like I make innovations all the time. Then I find out Galvao showed it on a DVD.
Yeah.
That
like,
makes me
damn.
feel good.
Yeah,
Yay. But there's a lot, like Keenan Cornelius. He's doing a great job. He's innovating a lot of gi techniques, a lot of gi systems. He's one of the
game.
He's one of the guys that's been changing the game the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And what is he doing? He's publicizing. Hey guys, look at all the innovations I'm making.
Yeah, same thing.
You guys should try that too.
Yeah,
you know
the
what I'm saying?
Henzo guys are big with
the
it
Donna
too.
Hare, the Gary Tonin guys.
And it just so happens, I mean, that we, those are the guys who we're facing, and they're all really cool. And I mean, look at Gordon won our tournament, and so did Davila, and they're both Henzo guys, and
they're nice guys.
Yeah,
there's
great.
nothing wrong with them. Yeah,
I love those dudes, man. They've been, shout out to all those guys, Jeff Chu and Eddie Cummings and Tony. I mean, they've been so cool to us. Guys, don't understand about jiu-jitsu. Some of the top guys, man, are some of the coolest freaking guys there are.
No, Jeff is a really nice guy. Gary's a really nice guy. Eddie's a really nice guy. I never met them before besides the tournament, and they were like really cordial to me. And
I see them all the time because I'm constantly our guys are competing against their guys. Like Kevin Burbick, from Oceanside, he just competed against Gordon. Yeah, that was a good match. Kevin's pretty tough, man. He's a black belt now, and he's a beast. Yeah. And Gordon is just.
He's a black belt now too. They just got
animal.
both of them just got their black belt.
Man, I'm trying to. I rolled with. I've never rolled with Gordon, but I roll with Kevin at the school, and he's so weird to roll with because of his style. And that's the thing. There's so many guys out there that and Eddie's just like, yeah, do that, like do this. We were even talking about that. How, when we went to John Jock's school, how cool he was and how open-minded John Jock is now. Like, it's mostly John Jock's is pretty much all gi, and we didn't have gis. And we were like, we went there and we were like, oh, man, I don't know if he's going to let us in, blah, blah, blah. And at first, the guy at the door was like, nah, we're not going to train kids. And Grace was there. And we were like, oh, man. And then we were about to leave and John Jock showed up. And then he was like, where are you guys going? Like, no, you come train. Nice. I was like, oh, shit. Like,
awesome.
we're going in to train. Then when we went in there, he was like, told all the guys, because it was mostly gi. Yeah. Everybody was doing gi. He told all the guys, listen, make sure you roll with them because they're 10th Planet. Eddie's from here originally, and this is still our family. And these guys are same team. He's like, and they got a tricky game. So, if you roll with them and you've never rolled with someone from 10th Planet that plays that style or plays a different style, then you're going to be, he's like, you might be thrown for a loop. Like, they got a tricky style. If you don't know it, it could be a long day.
Just like anybody.
Yeah, we're like, damn, John Jocks is the man. And then he wanted to show me a picture of Eddie Bravo wearing a gi at one of their, promotions, or whatever. And he's like, oh, I show you Eddie Bravo in a gi. I'm like, oh, snap. That was pretty funny. But he was so inviting, and I get in one of the interviews that he did, he said that about Eddie. He was just like, he let him do his own thing. He let him innovate. He let him, and that's
why would you not want your student to do that?
Yeah. That's one of the biggest things you see as a difference with 10th Planet is like Eddie, obviously from John Jock, but Eddie kind of sets the precedent by enabling all of his students. Like, you don't get guys like Casey Halstead and Gio Martinez and Boogie and all them guys. Like, you don't get that without enabling your guys to be leaders and let them come up.
Yeah,
like
no, that's a good point, but I disagree. I think there's many other teams that do that. Not just the 10th Planet school, but that is a very important thing. If you're an instructor, a leader of one school or 10 schools, you gotta grow your seeds and then let them bloom on their own.
There are a lot of guys doing it. I've heard.
Yeah, I just feel like in 10th Planet, there's so many dialects of the system that's spread across the country, and they all come in and like JM and Zach are constantly bringing all these guys in, and we're learning all this different stuff, but it's the same system.
Yeah.
You feel like it's a whole different thing.
No, yeah.
But
I attest to that, to Eddie expanding his system, or expanding his team.
Yeah.
The system is the team. He expanded his team to 60+ schools, and the major difference in my eyes is the connectivity between these schools.
Yeah, it's cool.
If we again going back to like Alliance, because they're one of the biggest jiu-jitsu teams out there, I don't think the connectivity between all their schools is as well as the 10th Planet connectivity between all their schools.
Yeah.
If it was, we would be saying the same thing about them.
Yeah.
Everybody would be Alliance guys would be bringing in all their Alliance friends, which they do. And not that they're not doing that. I'm not talking shit about them.
Yeah.
But if there was more connectivity, more synchronicity, more everybody kind of being able to be on the Alliance forum or any team, not just Alliance. I don't want to keep harping on them, but I feel like they would be more into publicizing their innovations and being excited about it, and being more excited about being part of this big team again.
Yeah,
they only get excited when they're at tournaments and we won the team award.
Yeah, I don't think it's not their fault, or it's not any other school's fault. It's just the way that Eddie started this and was like, listen, I think he, maybe had a couple guys like he didn't really know what their ideas were back in the day, and they end up leaving or whatever. But now he's like, man, I'm keeping everybody. I want everybody on the same page, so that way everybody's getting the newest moves.
Yeah, that's great.
You know what I mean? Dude, Eddie Bravo's not a leg lock guy, but now we're getting into leg locks big time because the guys from Henzo's are killing with it. So we're like, hey, shit. Yo, guys, wake up. We're on leg locks now. We
and
gotta
like you
get into
said,
stuff.
Eddie is letting his schools be yourselves. Guys, listen, represent me, but I am not the end-all, be-all. You guys got to come up with your own shit, too.
Yeah, all the stuff.
Still represent the team, with pride and dignity, but come up with your own stuff. I feel like he's less strict about that than maybe other big jiu-jitsu teams are. But if you want to go on the line of, like, instructor allowing his students to blossom, go to Marcelo's academy.
Oh, yeah.
You got Marcelo Garcia style, which is very, like, explosive knee cuts, like very simple techniques. Butterfly guard, X guard, single leg X guard, nothing else. And then you look at his students, his top guys, all of them are different.
Yeah, Gianni is way different, right?
Gianni. I mean, he came from Henzo's from as a brown belt, but he came in and he had a chance to adopt Marcelo's game, and he didn't. Yeah. So he's still playing his own game with a little bit of Marcelo added. Yeah, Dylan Dennis, he plays Marcelo game, but his own style added. John Satava plays Marcelo game.
Yeah, him and Joel pretty much play the game of Marcelo.
Marcelo, exactly. Mateus Diniz, kind of Marcelo game, kind of this guy, kind of that guy. Like, everybody's a little different.
Can't wait to see him in EBI, too.
Yeah.
Sick.
The thing is, Marcelo originally didn't want people to go outside his box. He was only showing his techniques in his school, like when he first opened up. And it wasn't controversial, but he was kind of just like, guys, like, do what I'm telling you. Trust me. Eventually, he's like, you know what? These guys do trust me, but let them be their own jiu-jitsu players. And that's what's happening. So that's a good example of, other schools, their instructors, legends, allowing their students to blossom in their own way.
I mean, I'm no legend by any means,
You're
obviously,
not?
but
No,
not that I know.
You're a legend to me.
Well, yeah, to you, that's good. Maybe to, like, my mom. But the one thing that I'm trying to do more of is just show, like, there are moves that I'm like, man, I don't really do that, but I got to show the guys this because, and I'll even say it to them, be like, dudes, look, this is not my game at all, but I got to learn it, and I got to show it to you because I feel like I'd be doing the students a disservice. Yeah. Because you look at a lot of our students that are blue belts, and some guys just got their purple belt, and they do a totally different game than I play, and some people can't do some of the things that I do because of my body type.
Exactly.
So you have to show these guys everything so that way they can do everything. And
that's the beauty of having a school and having students, and
it's so much fun. I'm blessed every day to be able to do this, man. It's crazy, and to be able to have ideas and make them come to light. Like, our little thing that we did, together, that was freaking awesome.
And
man.
what's next on the horizon for that?
Yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know, man. We're obviously we're both very busy, but I want to do. We've talked about doing the Open and having like a tournament, just a submission only tournament, basically like Gracie Nationals with EBI overtime rules. That would be awesome. We thought about having just an 8-man for the hell of it, like Onnit's doing and stuff.
Yeah, just throw it out there.
Yeah, just to get guys money, because like, we didn't really make anything off the first one, and it was just cool to have it. And now the guys, if nobody else, I mean, there are other places doing it, but if we can give, I like jiu-jitsu so much, if we could give the guys an opportunity to make money, at this and grow their name, then why not? If we can facilitate that, then help them out, it's awesome. Plus, that day was so much fun.
Oh my god!
Yeah, everybody showed up to that shit.
Yeah.
You want to talk about East Coast Jiu-Jitsu? In the crowd was all the Marcelo guys that we just named, basically, with a couple guys. Gianni wasn't there.
Yeah. All the Danaher guys.
All the Danaher guys. Cummings, Tonin, Gordon was in it. We had
a bunch of local schools, Unity guys.
Yeah, all the Murillo was there. Dude, Murillo Santana's a man. Yeah. Dude, he knows my name now too, which is awesome. He said when he comes in, we always do this. I do this to Grace every time that Grace comes into school, because for a while he didn't know me and JM, but he knew Grace because she was training on Saturdays up there, and he'd be like, "Hello, Grace." Grace, hello. Like every time he sees her, and then
that sounds like a British Murillo.
I'm not very good. Oh, cheerio, Grace. That's definitely not Murillo. He's got one of the deepest voices ever. But he's like, hello, Zachary. I'm like, oh,
Zachary.
Yeah, I was like, damn. That made my whole day. Yeah. I didn't care if the tournament blew up. I was like, dude, Murillo knows my name.
He's a great guy, and his jiu-jitsu is on point.
Yeah, dude. He's ridiculous. I never rolled with him, but I saw a couple of our other guys roll with him when we were there. We went up to Unity, and I got rolled up by one of the Meow brothers, but a couple of our guys got to train with
Murillo.
Murillo, it was pretty dope. So,
did you see Murillo's belt? Oh, well, you guys probably didn't see because it was Nogi.
Yeah, right.
His black belt is torn to pieces. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. Yeah. That's how it used to be with my karate belt. Like I heard stories that people in karate like would take their belt and like run it over with their car and like you know what I mean, stuff like that.
Well, when you're passing like Murillo, that belt feels like it's being run over by a car.
Dude, I seen him when he rolled with our guy Thor. I seen him like, because Thor is like, you've seen him before, John. Yeah, he's super dense and he's big. He's probably like about 180. I don't know how much.
He's like 5'8", 5'9", 180, solid
185, guy. Yeah, he has one loss.
Murillo competes at 185 or around that.
We just finally got John his purple belt from Eddie. Nice. And I mean, he's been in super fights. He's won a whole. Nothing like crazy, but he likes submission only.
He did great at the Show the Art Finishers at our tournament.
Yeah, beat one dude. His only loss in jiu-jitsu is to Gordon Ryan. And he has a DQ for going, when I originally just put him in an intermediate division at Grappler's Quest, because he never competed before, like a year or two ago. And the second guy, he choked a guy out from inside his own guard. Like he guillotined a guy from his guard. And I was like, yo, John, get off the head. And he just looked back at me like, what? I'm going to rip this guy's head off. Yeah. And the guy tapped and he just looked at me like, okay, guy. I was like, uh-oh. But then he beat another, or he went for a heel hook and got disqualified.
Okay.
But other than that, he lost to Gordon. But when he rolled with Murillo, like he stood up and they were just at Unity, they lined everybody up and was like, all right, we'll just get everybody up, do a bunch of threes, after the seminar. And John stood up, and he was the first guy. Like, he got out there, and he's like, I'm going to roll with the Meow brothers, And Murillo just looked at him. He's like, okay. He's like, you roll with me. I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, yeah. Because he was like, I'm not going to subject. Not that Meow brothers couldn't handle John. I mean, but still, though. Yeah. He's just like, nah, you big guy, you go with me, dude.
Yeah.
And then Murillo just passed his guard and, like, held him down. Afterwards, John was like, what the hell was that? I was like, that is called high-level passing, my friend. Body control. Because he was only a blue belt, and he'd never seen shit like that before. Yeah. He's usually just launching me off like a feather. And then some dude who's like your size, who doesn't look insanely jacked, just passes your guard and holds you down and,
and smashes you.
And John's just like, you know how he just launches people off? Yeah. I'm like, not to Murillo,
No.
He was like, it was funny because like afterwards in the car, he was like kind of upset. And I'm like, dude.
What?
I'm like, that was Murillo Santana. You don't know who that is?
Yeah,
He's like, well, I'll look him up. He didn't know. You know, he didn't know at the time.
What
he
does
knew
he
the
think
Meow
now?
Brothers. Oh, he knows. I've been trying to get Murillo to come through and do a seminar at our school, and he agreed to do it. We just haven't had the time, and then the
Murillo's
weekend,
really busy, man.
Yeah,
His
he's all
schedule's
over the
crazy.
place. That's what they said. So he was like, yeah, he's down to do whenever, but you know, obviously no-gi, but I want to learn some no-gi over-under passes. Like he's like a freaking tripod on you. His balance is insane.
Yeah.
Dude, he was even rolling. I saw pictures of him rolling when he had the he had his arm in a sling and he was still rolling.
He had like shoulder surgery or something, and he's like, nah, we're still rolling.
Yeah. Dude, Murillo's the man. But yeah, I mean, dude, our tournament popped off, so hopefully, you know, maybe I don't know how long in the future, but hopefully soon we can get another thing going. I'd like to,
man.
You know, I think the brand is cool. You know, sub only, like we know a lot of guys, and you guys, what you're doing, the show the art thing is you know, when we met, man, it was one of the coolest things I've seen. Like you guys show the moves that like and the techniques and the transitions that like everybody wants to see. At least I think. Like if you like jiu-jitsu, you should be liking show the art. If you don't, you know, you're an idiot.
Then you don't have Instagram or something.
Yeah.
No, and that's exactly what we want to do. We don't care if it's gi, no gi, a black guy, a white guy. Oh shit, he's going racial.
Yeah.
Anything like a transition, an escape, a submission,
doesn't matter
a
what
flying
school
triangle.
they're from. Yeah.
Exactly. We just want to show good techniques where everybody can learn and enjoy jiu-jitsu for what it is.
Yeah, I think you're scrolling down, you see that, and you're like, dude, I want to try to hit that pass or whatever, you know?
Yeah, man.
Pretty
so
dope.
Guys, thank you for coming on. We
Yeah,
ran out of
hell yeah,
time. How can people reach you guys?
You can check us out if you're in our area and want to train to school. Check out our website, finishersmma.com. If you're on iTunes, check out our podcast, the Finishers Podcast.
Boom.
I'm on Twitter, Instagram, the whole nines. My name's Zach Maslany.
Big Z man.
Holla at your boy. Yeah, I changed it. You know, someone told me to change that because they're like, it was Big Z Man 23 was my handle for the longest time.
Like, what are you in high school?
Yeah, and then someone was like, they're like, yeah, is it Big Z Man 23? And they're like, yeah, that's your name. I'm like, yep. Yeah. And they're like, how about why don't you make it just at? I don't want any followers. I was like, okay, fine, I'll change it to my name.
Nice.
So
cool, man. Well,
thank you, man.
Yeah, guys, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it. And guys, if you're listening to this, follow us if you don't already on Instagram. Watch our YouTube videos. Check out our blogs. We got some great writers that are writing some cool articles.
Nice.
And, you know, it goes a long way if you give us some good comments and 5 stars. 5 stars.
5 stars.
On Instagram. I mean, what? On iTunes. And on Instagram.
And on MySpace.
And on what? Peace.